What's up, guys? It's your boy D Washington 607. I'm here to post another video. I noticed there's been a thread going around, this reverse thread, albums and artists I love that the VC probably does not, which I thought was a great thread, and I had to make a video because I've seen some great responses to it. So I'm going to show a few of mine. It's going to be quite long maybe, so you guys might want to be prepared. But first I want to give a shout out to a great VC member and a great person, Mr. Roger Kilman. He was nice enough to send me him and Sam Bird's latest project, Who Doesn't Fade. So Roger, thank you very much for sending this to me. I'll definitely be listening to it over the weekend, giving it a good hard listen, my friend. And I'll definitely let you know what I think of it. I'm sure it's going to be excellent. So definitely, I appreciate that. So I guess first I'm going to start off with an artist that I really love. This is Natasha Atlas. I can't pronounce the title of this CD, so I'm not going to try. I believe she's from, I believe she's the Egyptian. She's like an Egyptian singer, and she's also a dancer, like I guess you say like a belly dancer. And she sings a lot of this in her native language and stuff, because she actually does a version of "I Put a Spell on You," and then the music is kind of like, I don't know, stuff you may hear at the Arabian Nights or something if you watch that kind of movie, but it's a little bit more, I guess, raw and updated with a lot of electronic voices mixed with the traditional sounds, but it's really good. So Natasha Atlas, really like. Up next we have Christina McCall, Tropical. This is Tropical Brainstorm. She was like, I guess she was like a Cubanist kind of singer and stuff, like a Latin America influences in Spanish, but even though she does do Spanish, but she also sings English, and apparently she like passed away, I believe, in a I think it was a car accident or something, and I really like the voice, like that song "In These Shoes" is really good. Got a lot of horns mixed with Cuban, Latin, English, but she was really, really, really excellent. It's a shame. But Christy McCall. Up next, this is the Philadelphia Experiment. This was an experiment between, you can see there, between this is Questlove, Yuri Crane, and Christian McBride. So they did this project on Rope-A-Dope Records, and it has a lot of elements of funk, avant-garde, kind of like hard hitting in some areas, maybe a little soft and quiet in other areas, but it's really excellent. The Philadelphia Experiment. I can probably show you guys better if I show it. You can see they say Yuri Crane right there, and Christian McBride, Philadelphia Experiment. They also did a tribute, I believe it was, to Miles Davis and to Grover Washington Jr. So definitely Philadelphia Experiment. Up next, this is the best of Asha Balse, who was the queen of Bollywood. This is an excellent CD. It has a lot of great, memorable songs spanning over 5 decades of her career. A lot of the Bollywood style music, and she was definitely the queen of Bollywood. Just had that kind of voice, stuff that could hypnotize you and stuff, so definitely. Up next, this is the Anti-Ballast Afrobeat Orchestra, Liberation Afrobeat Volume 1. It was something I believe that they started like in Brooklyn, got a bunch of musicians, and they were influenced by Fela Kuti. And it's like, liberation music. And there's a couple of tracks they did live in London, and that's mostly what it is. It's like liberation art, Afrobeat, Afro-Cuban, a lot of African drums and like conscious music and stuff. But definitely have to check that out. Yeah, the Anti-Ballast Afrobeat Orchestra, really, really good, excellent. Up next, this is a guy like Kelly Joe Phelps, Shy Night, Mr. Zen. Kelly Joe Phelps is he's like a singer-songwriter, kind of bluesy. The thing I like about him, but he does blues in a little different way, where he kind of brings everything from the inside and brings it out in a lot of his lyrics. Like a lot of the songs, The House Carpenter. And one of my favorite tracks, this whole album is good. This track called Train Carried My Girl From Town. Good Night, Irene. So definitely I love this Kelly Joe Phelps. I have a couple other ones by him, but this is one of my favorites, definitely. Shine Like Mr. Zen. And also another one, artist that I like, David Ferensky, jazz punk, which is what it is. He's a guitar player, electric guitar player, and it's kind of avant-garde. It has all these different elements of hard hitting kind of rock punk. Reminds me a little bit like he mixed like, I don't know, like Frank Zappa and stuff, and kind of grind it. And he does Third Stone from the Sun, you know, the Jimi Hendrix, and also Bright Side's Life by Pat Metheny. But it's not your Pat Metheny Bright Side's Life. And I believe his wife did that picture there, David, but that's David Furinsky. Very good. This is another one I have by him, David Furinsky's Headless Torsos, a mandala, and the same kind goes for this. It's just got that, and I love that art. Just kind of avant-garde, rock, jazz, punk, free jazz, avant-garde. It just has it all in there. Just kind of throws it in your face and stuff, but it's really, really good. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think was it this week or last week, I believe Derek Higgins played this on the Roots of Electric Jazz, played something by Dave, if I'm not mistaken. Next, this is a violin player I really like. This is Regina Carter. This is a self-titled one. And she can play anything. She has some good players on here. She has Victor Bailey, who's good. Rachel Z, who I should have sewn in this one. She's a great piano player. Maybe next time I'll talk about her. And who has Steve Turre, the trombone player. And she can play anything. She can play jazzy, classical. She's just a gifted, great musician. There she is, right there. Regina Carter. That's her self-titled right there. And another one by her I really like is Regina Carter, Something for Grace. And this is another one where she just really lets it all hang out there. Kind of soft in some areas. She wrote a lot of compositions on her own. So yeah, definitely Regina Carter. Yeah. Speaking of Regina Carter, this is a band that she was in before she went solo. An all-female jazz band named called Straight Ahead. This is Look Straight Ahead, and you can see that's Regina Carter on the end. And these ladies, I've actually saw these ladies play live like years ago. I think, when was it, in 1991 or 92, just when this came out. And they just play, you know, this is a great kind of jazz band. They can be funky, they can be slow, fast. They just play all different types. I guess some people say they're a little contemporary, but they also do jazz standards and stuff, so Straight Ahead. And here's another one by them that I like. Straight Ahead, Body and Soul. Yeah. Oh, they do a great version. What's that song? Optimistic? I forgot who did that originally. And the way Regina Carter plays the violin on that song and stuff. So and you can see Regina Carter right there. So definitely Straight Ahead, great group. So this is another band I like. Band, they was based in London. They're still there. Incognito. This is Inside Out. They're kind of like an acidy kind of jazz band. Probably like before Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings came into play. These guys are a little bit more contemporary, but still has like horns, jazzy, funky, R&B-ish a little bit and stuff. That's one. And this is another one that I really like. Incognito, Tribe Vibes and Scribes and stuff. And you can see Mesa, that's their singer. She's kind of in and out the band. She's done about 5 or 6 solo albums on her own, and once in a while she'll return to the band when they go on tour. But you can see that they actually do a tribute to a song called L'Arc and Celles de Miles. This is a tribute to Miles Davis, and then they're just really kind of funky, good, soulful. I really like them. Next, this is Gota. Let's get started. Gota is an instrumentalist. He plays a lot of different instruments, but he's also a DJ and an engineer. But he has a lot of I guess he likes saxophones and guitar and stuff. And it's I guess it can be a little contemporary, but he can be kind of experimental in some phases, right there. So, but I like him. Gota. Let's get started. Also, this is another violin player that I like, but he's no longer with us. This is Noel Pointer. Never Lose Your Heart. And No Point is that same kind of, he was classically trained, but he plays a lot of more contemporary stuff mixed with classical a few times. He's kind of in that same kind of realm as Regina Carter and stuff, but this was one of my favorite albums of his, No Pointer. Yeah, too bad he died too soon. Also one of my favorite artists, this is Deborah Hinson Konek on the Rise on the GRP label, and you can see she's a harp player. I really like her because she can play so many different kind of elements of stuff. It's the new agey, it's jazzy in some areas, semi-classical, and some others very quiet. It can be kind of, I don't know, suspended animation kind of music, if that makes any sense. But she's really good. I've seen her perform live like years ago. She's very good. And this is another one I have by her, another one of my favorites, Caught in the Act. She has Chili Minucci and Georginda special effects on this, and Chili Minucci produced this one for her right there. Yep. Fernando Saunders is on here also. It's got that same kind of nice, kind of new agey kind of elements and stuff. So definitely Deborah Hinson Konak. And I couldn't go anywhere without talking to my boys that I like, Rippingtons. This is Moonlighting, called Rippingtons on the GRP label. Yes, it may be contemporary, and I don't like the word smooth jazz. I've never liked that. It's a different form of jazz that, you know, that I kind of like. It's you moving. Got some, and you can see like David Benoit, who I like on there. Oh God, Kenny G is on there. I know, don't turn off the video, but I like them. But I really like the Rippingtons. They're a good band. I've seen them live like 4 times. They always put on a great show. This is one of the first ones I brought for them, Tourists in Paradise. And I love the cat. That's their kind of symbol of the group and stuff. And then you see Russ. They do a version of Al Green's Let's Stay Together that I like. Especially with, you know, Russ playing the acoustic guitar on it. So that's another one I like by them. And one more. I have a lot by them, but I just pulled these. Rippingtons, Kilimanjaro. Got that great sound there. Also, I think they do a version of the OJ's Backstabbers on this one, which is good. So definitely. Now I know I said that David Benoit played on some of those. It's hot here today, guys. Here's one for David. This is Shadows, and to my surprise, David Benoit, piano player, keyboard player. It's got that same GRP sound, but actually he got Freddie Hubbard to play trumpet on this. I said, damn, you got Freddie Hubbard to play on this? You must have some juice. But I like David. I've seen him play live before. He's really good. Guy's got talent. This is one of my favorites, David Benoit, Letter to Evan, where he kind of does it a little bit more, you know. You can really hear the piano come through. A lot of these were all written by David and produced by him. Just really good. Letter to Evan. And one last one I have by him, David Benoit, Shaken Not Stirred. This is more little like nightclubby kind of stuff, you know, nightclub and stuff like that. And you can see some of the guys. David Pack, didn't he sing with Ambrosia, I think? Yeah, I think he did. So definitely Shaken Not Stirred. Also, and then you have to bring the two gentlemen together. David Benoit, Russ Friedman, the Benoit Freedman Project. They have a second one. I have that too. This is the first one. And it's got that same kind of thing. I think Kenny Loggins is on here. Nathan East, the bass player, great bass player. Yeah, just two guys that's doing their thing together. And I think Kenny Loggins sings on here too, which is good. And also sticking with Russ Freedman, I think Carm showed this one. There, Russ Freedman, Nocturnal Playground. It's got that nice kind of new agey kind of feel on here. Russ Freedman, the guy from the Rippingtons, right there. It's really good. And this is one I really like, Russ Freedman and Craig Chiquito, from the Redwood to the Rockies. And I love that picture right there. It's got that new agey kind of sound. It almost feels like you are in the Redwoods. It's got that kind of relaxing kind of sound, a little electric actually, in some areas with Russ and Craig is trading off on guitar stuff. Just really, really good, and produced by Russ and Craig and stuff. So, alright guys, thank you for sticking around for me for that. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. So subscribe, leave me some comments, and I'll see you later. Peace.